Hello YouTube, today I'm going to be doing the Empline room from TryHackMe. This is my walkthrough. I've already looked through the room once, so let's see what we have here. I will start an nmap scan, nmap tag SV, tag SC, the IP address. We'll open up Burp Suite. Let this load. The splash screen seems to be broken. That's alright, that is. No, I don't want to update. Oops. Let's next start Burp Suite. We have port SSH, HTTP, and MySQL. Well, let's have a look at the website itself first. We'll open browser, let this load. Oh, it loaded quickly this time. Okay, I paste the IP address in. Okay. Now let's see if we have something in the contacts. This leads to nothing. Copyright Empline. Language I don't understand. That's all okay. Let's look at the links. About goes to about, testimonials, and employment. But employment tries to connect to job.empline.thm. So we have our little DNS thing that we can put in our etc hosts. So I will open up my etc hosts. And as you can see, I've already put those in. Let me just change the IP address. Paste it in. So I've put job.empline.thm and empline.thm to access the two sites. So now if I do http job.empline.thm and see what this is. Good. Okay. Now immediately we can see we have OpenCats, we have a login form, we have version 0.9.4. Now I could run a GoBuster scan and I'll find lots of directories. Let me show that. If I run a GoBuster scan, GoBuster tag u http job.empline.thm tag w user share seclists discovery web content common.txt. This will run, it'll find many things, but I'm interested in this OpenCats version 0.9.4. We have the version string right here, no need to search for much. So all I have to do is look up that version string. So OpenCats version 0.9.4 CVE. And if I look that up, okay, this seems slightly broken, but you see the picture, you see all the found results, Ajax, attachments, careers. Careers seems interesting. There is also an upload form that it will find later. But what I'm interested in is the CVE. If I take a look at the CVE database, oh, this is an exploit DB link. CVE, there it is. Yes, CVE with severity 10 executable code. So this is remote code execution and there's no authentication required. So it copy this CVE and then look it up. Exploit. Well, okay, we have a GitHub link, and inside this GitHub link, there is I'll stop this now since clearly we have a nice vector to attack with. We have this script, which this nice person has made for us. So if you have a look at it, we have a payload. It's pretending to be a GIF image. This is the GIF header, and then PHP code, echo system. There are plenty more payloads, but this works just fine. Essentially, what it does is it first gets the version of the thing. For us, we were lucky in the login page, we saw the version string, but it will find its version string from, where is it? Get version install test.php. So yes, then we write the payload to a temp file, upload the payload by checking jobs. If it finds no, well, it will find an active job, since if you look at careers here, give it a second, it will load. My point is that if we look at careers, there is one active job that I can access. Did the server stop running again? No. Okay, that's good. Oh, yes, current open positions. We have one job open. So it'll use that, and it'll try to upload the thing to on apply to job order. And then we get the reverse shell. So I've already downloaded the script. I have it in exploit.sh. So I will run exploit.sh. Well, I've set up the permissions and everything. Exploit.sh, and I'll give it the link or the URL. So job.empline.thm, and it'll do its thing. And we have ourselves a shell. We are www data. So now I will look up, I will go to revshells.com, since this shell is very restricted and I want a better shell than this, because if I try to go to the root directory, for example, I am still here. It doesn't let me do anything significant. So I will set up a socat listener there, and I will look for my equivalent. Oh, also, if I have to look for the socat binary first, and it does exist for us, luckily. But if it didn't exist, all we had to do is open up curl and download socat there. Anyway, if I look for socat tty, I copy this. This is my IP in the VPN. To check your IP in the VPN, you simply run IP address and you go under tune 0. In this case, I have both tune 0 and tune 1, which is interesting and strange, but it's the same IP address, so it should work. Anyway, I paste this here and I run it. I should get a shell. I didn't get the shell. Well, let me try that again. Oh, is the thing down again? Ping job.empline.thm. Yes, it is. Okay, so that I'll get back to you guys after this starts responding again. Okay, it seems like it has started responding again. So I will run this script again. Run my reverse shell again. And this time I should get my yes. Great. Let me set my term variable first. Export term equals xterm. Now I should be able to clear it. Okay. Now all that remains is for me to run linpys, which should get me all the exploits. I already have linpys, I think. ls. Yes, I do. Okay, so all I have to do is start a HTTP server. Go to temp, HTTP server. It'll start by default at port 8000. So I will run curl tacl 10.17.65.168 or your IP address in your when you connect to the VPN and you look at IP.a. It should be under tune 0, or in my case both tune 0 and tune 1. It shouldn't have, you shouldn't see two of these. I don't know why these exist as, like it does, but it works for me. So we will access it 8000 linpys.sh to linpys.sh. Now it should download that for us. It'll take its time, but it'll download it, it'll put it inside this directory, and we can run it and see all the exploit opportunities that we have. We get the request and it is finished downloading, which is great. So I will run linpys.sh and I'll let it do its thing. Now I've already done the linpy scan before, and what it will find is a Ruby executable in user local bin. Also this, but I found this in plenty of machines. Now I don't understand why most machines are vulnerable to PwnKit. So this is another way to exploit this machine, but the intended way is to use Ruby, which you will see in a bit after this finishes scanning the service files. So it'll find yes, here it is. Once it yes. So we have Ruby. It has capchown. Now what the capchown capability means is that I have the privileges to essentially change the ownership of any file on the file system if I use the Ruby binary. So we will do just that. All I have to do is look that up. Capchown hack tricks. Yes. And I will scroll down to capchown. They have a nice exploit that I can just use out the box. But all you need to do is change the ownership of, in my case I used etc shadow, but I'm sure there's other creative ways of getting root using this. Where is it? Capnet, that's not what I want. I want capchown. Blank screen. That ain't right. Capchown. Query is not found. That's because it's loading, but it will load, and I will find the find it capchown, and I will keep going next until I get what I want. There it is. Yes, I want Ruby, so I will copy Ruby. Copy that. In fact, I will change the thing. Let me look up my GID. So ID. Yes, it stopped working again. I'll wait until this starts working. But in the meantime, I know what my ID is. The ID of www data is 33. So I set my UID and GID to 33. Save that. But an easy way to check is to run the ID command. It'll give you everything you need. Once you run that, you will be able to read and write to etc shadow as www data. After I do that, all I need to do is change the password of root or George, which is the other user on this box. If I show that over here, where is it? Where are the users? It will be somewhere here. These are the dbus sockets. This is my user. Yes, we have George, root, and Ubuntu. So George is the other user, but why go to George first when we can go directly to root? Yes, we have the thing working again. So I can simply paste this in now. If I run ID, I get my ID. My ID is 33 for group and user. So I paste this in. I've already edited the thing. It'll do its thing, and if I now run stat etc shadow, I can access it as www data, which is great. Now all I need to do is run make password. Yes, as SHA-512, because the etc shadow file uses this algorithm to hash its password. You can put any password in here. You can put test, for example. Let's use that, test. This is the password string that I'm supposed to be using. So I will run vim on this etc shadow. Delete this old password string. We don't need to crack it because we can simply change it. So XX. I'll just delete the entire thing up until this colon here. Ah, it has stopped responding again. Well, I will be back again. Just delete the rest of this file. And my password now is this, which is test. Paste it in, write, and exit. Great. Now if I sudo using my new password test, I have root. Export term equals xterm, just so that you can see what I'm doing. I am now root. So this is how you root this machine, and all that's left to do is to access the root flag and the flag at George. So ls home George. There's the user.txt, there's the root.txt, and that's how you complete this machine. So that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next video.